It was just one of them lives where you just drift through the neighborhood trying to find something to do. I mean, as a dropout, that is. So I think that's what the years when I took to doing miscellaneous stuff, little small stuff, taking clothes off of the clothesline, or I might have got involved with some guys. I remember I was about 15, and some guys came in the neighborhood and they had a car, and I really liked that. So, I mean, they even let me get in it. So I got in the back of the car, and of course the car was stolen, so we called what we call joyriding. So I think this kind of enlightened me to see that, oh man, you could have fun out here in the streets and you didn't even have to pay for it. I was on a joyride with about 3 or 4 guys. We went into an establishment. Things went sour. An innocent man was killed. This is how I ended up in prison with life, and life for murder and a robbery charge. So I think for the first couple of years, I kind of like covered it up. I stayed to myself, trying to figure out how I'm gonna make it in this miserable predicament I put myself into. Everything just looked gray, it looked dead. You can't show that you have feelings, you can't show that you have emotions, so I never really first got a chance to experience that. That hurt thing, where I'd hurt somebody and I wanted to show some type of remorse, because in prison, if you show remorse or if you show too much sympathy, you're played on and you'll become a victim. So you cover it up and you try to play sports, and you might still involve yourself in drugs, a little marijuana. Some guys might have a little something harder than that, cocaine or whatever. I'm just giving the reality of what took place in there. And you try to cover it up because you don't want to face the reality of what you was going through or what you was a part of. So you begin to, I guess, select who is best to be around. You can be with the liars, you can be with the criminals, you can be with the guys who really try to make change. But anyway, I got in a workshop called psychodrama. And that's when I really started taking a look at myself. I began to see that I had been living a life of, foolishness. I seen that I was living a life as a fraud, and he's even a coward, somewhat a coward, and I had to tell myself this. I changed because I was up against the wall and was nowhere else to go. So I joined the learning lab, and I learned how to read and write a little bit better with comprehension. I went to take the GED, and I passed it. And that was the greatest achievement of my life. I think I enjoyed my GED more than my college degree. I went on to get a Bachelor's of Science degree in Managerial Science, so my GED was very precious to me. In 1992 is when I really started trying to be sincere about practicing religion according to the script. And it was a thing that gave me guidance. It was a thing that let me really get to a thing what we call repentance, and I've always wanted to do that. And I try to do something good to give back for, the disposition I put my family in, the disposition I probably put the victim's family in. And I pray that if I ever got opportunities to get free, I would be a productive member of society. Before you know it, you've done 10 years, you've done 20 years, you've done 30 years. Then you get down the stretch. Now, the parole people are recommending me for parole, like they really want to parole me. But then the governor, he denies it. And so I'm saying, wow, what is it? I mean, if I'm reputable enough to be considered by the parole commission, why would the governor say no? So it takes you to a spin going up and down, so you don't really know how you're going to get out for real, for real. So when it started looking realistic, when I started getting visitations from the lawyer at the University of Maryland, and they was following up on the Unger case, stuff started really seeming realistic now. It's like, is this really gonna happen? And when I got in court and they was signing the paper, which would actually release me, and the thought of me actually being released from the courthouse same courthouse that I walked in when I went to prison and never came out for 42 years, 3 months, 3 days, was the same courthouse I was able to walk out of. That was, oh man, I still can't put that into words. I came home and I went to see my older sister. She lives in an area where there's like a wreck and a little pool and playground, and we sitting on the porch and I seen like, I know it's 50 to 100 kids. I'm talking about all under the age of 10. All in one area playing together, and they was laughing and joking and the noise. And so I was just sitting there I was over there a couple of hours just sitting there watching the children play. That's how good it looked. You know, they was eating candy and popcorn, there was swings, and some was playing ball, and some was just ripping and running back and forth. You know, it was just that thing about freedom, and that's what I really seen when I seen that in the kids. So I really enjoy that. Matter of fact, I make it my business to go over her house and visit her regularly, you know.